Hello and welcome to another Monday Motivation with Bukola. It's a show about inspiration, women empowerment, beauty, business, money, culture, entertainment, and advocacy. And today I bring you a super fabulous guest. You know, I said sometimes I'll bring in guests. So today I have a super fabulous guest for you. She is the founder of Cocozini. That name Cocozini. You're going to find out the meaning of Cocozini here today. She is a designer. In fact, she has a whole lot to her name. So I'm going to let her introduce herself to us so that we will know exactly who we are talking to today on Monday Motivation with Bukola to motivate us this week. So thank you so much. Her name, oh, sorry, I didn't say her name. Her name is Ajibike Ojomo. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Allowing us to come crash your studio.
That's okay.
Thanks. So we want to know first of all who Ajibike is.
Well, Ajibike, as you can imagine, I'm from Nigeria, Yoruba by the way. So Ekason, Ekale, Ekaro. I'm a project accountant with one of the university here in Minnesota. I'm also a fashion designer, as she mentioned. I'm an advocate, and I'm a speaker for youth, and I advocate for health, maternal health, and infant health. And I think that was that. I will stop right there. I still have more to my.
So
but I'm gonna just
advocate, designer. Please help us to understand. How did they all come about?
Well, okay, let me just start from the beginning. I actually want to be an architect. That was my first career goal that I really want to be. But my dad didn't want me to be an architect. And he believes that women are more functional at home. And architecture, or being an architect would take a whole lot from me, being a woman, that it's a man's job. That's the real word that he used. So he wanted me to be a nurse, and I didn't want to be a nurse because I really can't handle being a nurse at all. So I decided to go for banking and finance. You know why? Because I hate writing, and that will kind of take me away from any kind of courses that like lawyer or journalism like her. But I really do hate writing. So I wanted something a little bit more mathematics in it. So I decided to go for banking and finance. And when I got to the United States, I also went for accounting and business management. So now I'm also in a school for public health. And the reason why I decided to go for public health is just something that is very close to me. It came about when I lost my mom, my dad, and my brother. And I think, thank you. And I think if they had known more about what was going on, maybe they could be alive by now. And coming from a developing country like our country, people overlook a lot of things. We overlook our health. We always think we could handle a lot of things until it gets to the point that we can't handle it no more. Then we decide, I want to go to the clinic. I want to go to the hospital. So I want to learn more about the policy here in the United States and how to handle or how I could get into the community of the Nigerians or the Africans, the immigrant Africans that are here, both in Minnesota or around the U.S., how I can be able to talk to them, how I can enlighten them on how to take care of themselves, their health, and also people back home, how I could get into the community to let them be aware of their health, to go for checkup all the time. And also, if I could be able to help in writing policies that would be of advantage to each and every one of us as an individual.
Wow, that is so um great, because most of the time it's true. Um, we don't go to the hospital until we're very, very, very sick, and it's not helpful because we are not able to get diagnosis early enough until it's
Yes.
too late, and we lose someone that we really care about. So thank you so much for taking on, you know, this project, or this line of duty to try to educate about public health and how to take care of our well-being. So coming back to the design, what came about the name Cocozini? Like, where did that name come from? Is it a Nigerian name?
You know, I've been asked this question many times, and how I came about that name. Okay, there was a day I was talking to a friend of mine. Her name is Lola Amalola. She's a very close friend, and she's the founder of the well-known Facebook page called FIN, Females in Nigeria, or Females in. So we were chatting that day, and I told her, I'm like, oh Lola, I need a name for my creative world. And she said, well, you know what, but if she finds anything, or she'll let me know about it. So one day she just gave me a call, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's Lola. And she sounds so excited and on the phone. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? She said, well, she found a name that just got dropped from the domain system, and it's Cocozini. So I'm like, Cocozini? Huh. Well, then I went digging and researching for the meaning of Cocozini. And what I found about Zini was, it was interesting. Zini means motivation. It means strive. It means believe. It means aspiration. It means inspiration. It means something positive, to keep moving forward, to struggle, to continue with life, and things like that. And at that particular moment, I was going through a life-changing moment, and I realized, you know what, I think this is what I wanted. And that was how Cocozini came up, and how I've been using it since then.
Wow, how long ago has this been?
This would be like around, I think, almost 5 years now.
Wow.
5 or 6 years ago, I would say. Yeah.
Thanks. And from what you said so far, you happen to be in the traditional world, working at a university, and at the same time you're also an entrepreneur, because right now we're in your studio.
Oh, yes.
So how have you been able to juggle both, and what will be your advice to those people who perhaps have a traditional job also, but they have a passion that they would like to pursue as an entrepreneur, but are so scared to do so?
Oh, wow. Well, what I'm going to say first is, if you have a passion, if you have a goal, the first thing you have to do is just write all this down. Research about your passion, research about your goals. Don't start from this big. I've heard many people say, and I've heard that word that says, go big or go home.
Yeah.
If you're working, I know, right? If you're working full time, and you have a family, or even if you don't have a family, you already have a part of your life that has been taken away by your full-time job. So you have to start from this little. Go from something little, then you climb the stairs with that. And like the Yorubas would say, "Ibi pẹlẹbẹ lati mọ́lẹ̀ jẹ." You start from the flat place, then you go all the way up. Your foundation is what really matters when it comes to business. Build your foundation, then keep climbing and keep adding to it. Always believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and ask for help. Get a mentor, ask that is already known very well for that particular goal that you have, or that particular business that you want to get into. Find someone that has already been successful doing that particular business. Ask them to if they could be your mentor, so they can mentor you into growing that business, or if you can get advice from them to how to grow the business, then don't take too much at a time, or you get overwhelmed. And when you start getting overwhelmed with yourself, you start blaming yourself for a lot of things, asking yourself or blaming yourself for not achieving your goals, or blaming yourself for not getting where you want to be in life and things like that. It's because you are really getting yourself overwhelmed. Or maybe you're just looking at somebody else's goal and wishing that was yours. Or you, like Yorubas would say, Mafi Eleshi Sare. Yes.
We're
So
learning some Yoruba here
we
today.
are. So don't look at somebody's world, and think you can build that kind of world. You don't know what the person has, is going through or has been through. Yeah. So you can't just think you can be who they are because of what you see from outside. So you have to build your own self and build your own empire, because what you have is authentic of who you are. And that's just my advice.
Thank you. And also, I understand you have a YouTube channel for Cocozini. So, hey, my people, go and subscribe to Cocozini YouTube channel. And you also have your own channel, Ajibike Ojomo YouTube channel, where she talks about motivation. So please go and subscribe, and I will know if you subscribe or not. And you've been working on a project on Cocozini here. So can you tell us about this?
I have a circle skirt I'm working on right now. So I have a tutorial for this. I'm still editing the tutorial. I'm almost done with it. I just need to put some seam to the side of it, and it will be done. So if you have anything that you want me to do, and if it's not a big project, or if it's not a big big sewing, I can try to squeeze some time out of my busy time to do a tutorial about it on YouTube. So you can send me an email, or you can just leave a comment on one of my YouTube videos, and if I'm able to do it, I'll definitely do it for you. So my contact information will be under this video.
Yes, but can you tell us the email, please?
Okay, for my Cocozini channel, which is my creative channel, which is either cocozini.com, or my email is mycocozini@gmail.com. And for my bike.Ojomo.com channel, which is for my inspiration, I talk about motivation, I talk about inspiration, I talk about health and advocacy and things like that. And that will be bike.Ojomo@gmail.com.
Oh, thank you so much. And I will also have all this information for you in the description below, so you can go to the links or get the email address and send out your email. So still on Cocozini, how long have you been sewing?
Well, I started sewing when I was very young. My mom was a seamstress before she died. And thank you. And I got most of my inspiration from her. And I remember that I help her with when she gets, because she gets all this different kind of works from factories or companies that sews for kids, that sews for adults, and she just get this package of stuff. So I always help her out, even though I was very small and young. So when she died, I just lost interest for sewing. And also my dad too, because I do sketch a lot. I do some sketches sometimes. My dad sketches. He's a musician. He plays a whole lot of stuff. He taught me how to play flute. I remember when we were in school, I struggled so much when I was in high school, and we had this flute thing that we have to play. So he was the one that taught me to read the holes of a flute and everything. So my dad too was an artist, and you see all some little stuff that I've been doing here. That's the inspiration and stuff that I got from my dad. And I also, when I was younger, I remember when I was in primary 3 to 5, I used to sketch for a particular newspaper called Guardian. So Guardian there's a section they have that is called the kids section. So I was sketching for them for like almost 3 years until my mom's stuff happened, and that really changed a whole lot. So when I was going through a whole lot of life-changing moments, not a few years ago, almost 6-7 years ago, I had to look for a way of distraction that could help me to get myself together. And I chose sewing. So I went back to sewing. I went back to learn how to sew. I went back to do all this creative stuff that I used to like to do. And I realized that when I'm behind my machine, I get so much stuff done in my head. I'm able to get clarity of stuff. I'm able to think. I'm able to solve a lot of problem when I'm alone with. It's as if I'm talking to myself when I'm behind the machine. It's as if I'm working on myself. I'm motivating myself, and I'm thinking for myself when I'm behind the machine. So if you have any kind of creativity in you, it could be anything. Dancing is creativity, music is creativity, reading is creativity, sketching is creativity. There's so much stuff that we are gifted. I always tell people that we all have a gift individual, that God give us a gift.
Yes.
So look for your gift, and that gift is what is going to help you to get through all this moment if you're able to identify what gift you have. So I used my sewing during that period of time to just get through all that, and I'm still sewing till now.
Wow. Thanks. And that brings me to your upcoming book. So
Yes.
you have a book coming out soon. What's the title of the book?
Well, the title of that book is called My Sewing World, and the subtitle is called Sewing My Way Through Depression. I know you all have questions on that, so I will leave that for you to go read the book when it's out. And I think Bukola will let you know.
Yes, so I'm going to put the script, a link to the Amazon page so that you can pre-order the book before it's out, so that once it's out, you get it on Kindle. So the Kindle version, you can order the book
right away. And it's
from
just
Kindle.
like, it's an introduction to like many, because I'll be doing some other sewing stuff. Also, I'll be writing about more sewing stuff like fabrics, designs, and things like that. And I'll also be talking about some motivation, writing about some motivation stuff too, based on my life story and what I just told you about depression and things like that. So this is just an intro to let you know who I am as a person. Then when you start seeing more of my book, it will give you an idea of where I'm coming from and where I've been.
Wow, thank you so much. So you've heard it. You have to find something that you are creative at. It could be about anything, and creativity does help us through different times of our life, or even through difficult times. Especially that's what they call the art therapy.
Yes.
And that's why art therapy is one of the ways people get help without necessarily using medication to get out of a depression or a difficult time or difficult process. So thank you so much for coming on the show to motivate us today. So and that will be it. Go and subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel. Subscribe, and if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. Invite your friends and families to subscribe to this.
There's a subscribe button right there.
YouTube channel. And we're going to see you on another Monday Motivation with Bukola. Again, thank you so much for coming on the show. God bless you. We hope you will come back on the show.
Well, if you invite me, I will.
Oh, sure, yes, please.
I will create my time to come over.
Thank you.
Yeah, the last word I have also for you before you leave is that wherever you are in life, whoever you are, don't forget to be you. Don't pick on what you can't handle. Continue to stay true to yourself. Don't ever underestimate your ability. You can do a lot more than you think you can do. Trust yourself and trust your instinct. And don't forget to take care of you.
Wow. Yeah. That is something really important to note, because most of the time we think about other people.
Yes.
and we try to please others,
Yes.
even at our own detriment.
Oh,
So thanks so much. Self-care is very important
It's
in
a lot.
everything that we do. So I love that quote. Remember to take care of you. Remember, take care of you. Until next time on Monday Motivation with Bukola, I will be back next week, Monday. So have fun, enjoy your week, and stay blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me today. I'm really grateful. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Come mess up your place.
It's okay. I can take
camera.
it. I can take it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
Thank you.